All right, everyone. So for today, we are going to make this Amigurumi flower pot. Now, to create this, we'll need just a couple of supplies for it. We're going to need our crochet hook. I'm using a 3.5mm crochet hook. You don't need it, but I find it very helpful to use a marker in order to mark our spot for beginning and ends of rows. We'll need a darning needle. We'll need a pair of scissors in order to snip our yarn, some polyfill, and then we'll need some yarn also. For mine, I am going with this Sugar and Cream. It's a number 4-weight cotton yarn. The color is called Overcast. I'm using this for the color of the pot just because, I don't know, I prefer the gray tones for it. And then some sort of a brown for marking for with the dirt inside of the pot. So you can pick any color. The first one originally, this one was made with acrylic yarn, number 4-weight. I believe they were most all of them were Red Heart yarns. And then we'll need some green for adding a little bit of leaves inside of our pot to give it, that little bit. And then whatever colors you want to use for your flowers inside of it. I am actually using this Premier Home cotton yarn. It's also number 4-weight. It's called Violet Splash, and I'm also using some white also to tone in. This one's actually a Sugar and Cream, which I find, Peaches and Cream, which I find Peaches and Cream and Sugar and Cream are so close in the types that it's not much of a difference. Now to begin this, we're going to start by making our flower pot. So first we'll need to find the end of our yarn. Then we're going to start and make a magic ring. So hold the yarn between your thumb and forefinger, wrap around your fingers to create a little bit of a loop. And then put our crochet hook underneath the loop and pull up a loop. And right here is where I like to insert my marker, because then it goes through both loops of our first chain 1 that we're making right here. So do a chain 1, and then what we want to do is single crochet 6 times into the magic ring. All right, then once you get your 6 single crochets, pull the tail of your magic ring. Don't pull too tight yet. I find it makes it very difficult to get into your chain 1 stitch, but we want to go into that first chain 1 and we want to slip stitch right into there. So you just go into it and pull your loop directly through that stitch and through the loop you were in. And so there we are, row 1. Now for row 2, we want to again, we can pull this all the way tight now. We want to chain 1 and then go into your next stitch. You want to put 2 single crochets. And we want to just continue that, doing 2 single crochets into each stitch all the way around. So we'll be making 12 single crochets this row. And then slip stitch into that first chain one of the round in order to join. And there you are, round 2. And now for round 3, we'll want to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet 2 times into your first stitch, and then we want to single crochet 1 time into the next stitch. And then we just want to repeat that going all the way around. 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and for round 3 you'll be making 18 single crochets total. And then we just want to slip stitch into our first chain 1 of the round in order to join. And there we have round 3. Now for round 4, we're going to chain 1, and then into our first stitch we want to put 2 single crochets, and then we want to put 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then we just want to repeat that going all the way around. 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and this row is going to end up having a total of 24 single crochet stitches made. And then we're going to slip stitch into our first chain 1 of the round in order to join. And then we have round 4. For round 5, similar to the last couple rows, we're going to chain 1 and then 2 single crochets into our first stitch. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And then we're just going to repeat that all the way around. 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches all the way around. In this row, we're going to end up having a total of 30 single crochet stitches made. And then we slip stitch into our first chain 1 of the round in order to join. And there we have round 5. Now round 6, we're going to chain 1 and then look at the top of our row. So we have both loops that we've been working in. We want to work in only the back loops, so the loop farthest away. And we're going to single crochet once into each stitch all the way around. So we'll be making 30 single crochets and only working in the back loops this row. And then slip stitch into our first chain 1 of our round in order to join. And there we are. We have round 6.